Sarum Solar is a cooperative that predominantly installs solar thermal hot water systems. We do other bits and bobs as well, but that's the main core business. It emerged from what is called a solar club. So that was a loose association of 4 or 5 people who helped one another put solar systems on their own roofs. And we quite enjoyed that process and wanted to do that for other people. So the idea of the solar club was to make solar hot water systems accessible to everyone by providing help to one another. And we came across a problem, which was that no one would insure us for that work because we were an unincorporated association, just a bunch of people. So we really needed to form a company in order to obtain liability insurance and take it further. And so, because some of us wanted to make a career move anyhow, that fitted in all very nicely. The idea of forming cooperative was so that no one would be in overall charge of the whole company. So the idea is that everyone is on a level playing field. My background is, I spent a lot of time in Scouts. I grew up in Germany. I joined Scouts at the age of 7, I think, and left when I was 25. And everything was very, very democratically run. And I like that spirit. And I think I'm not a particularly good boss, so I chose to, together with the other people I set this up with, to go down a route where everyone would be their own boss. I think that's a fantastic route to go. So that doesn't oblige me to be in a bossy role where I have to tell people what to do. People have an interest in the company. Anyone who joins the company has an interest, a stake, and so should be their own boss to an extent. And all that's needed is a bit of coordination and passing down of knowledge and guidance to make a company work. The social aims, I believe, are that everyone who works for the company benefits from everything the company does. That's having a fulfillment of work, that's having money which is a just remuneration for what you're doing, and it is you have a say in what you're doing and what you believe is right.
Before the gentleman started on this job or even discussed it, we had at least 3 others who came to discuss the project. The first 3 were in varying degrees far too aggressive at the selling game, one of whom I actually had to physically show the door. And it was very clear that the interview would not be concluded with one of them until a form had been signed. What appealed to me about these gentlemen was there was nothing like that. It was a friendly conversation. We were talking about the feasibility of the project, and the price really was not all that important until I realised the project could be done.
We approached Business Link early on, but before we did that, we actually got in touch with Cooperative Futures, who helped us actually constitute ourselves as a cooperative. So a lady called Jane Ryle came and offered us a number of solutions of how to define how our cooperative was going to work. We chose a constitution and registered with a Financial Standards Authority, and actually sort of made sure that we were all aware of what we were letting us into.
I'd rather see the job done properly, regardless of cost, but I could also see that there's a real cost to the job. And I've only seen 4 quotes of various silly levels, and with a little investigation perhaps I can see that these gentlemen are doing a good job at realistic price, which is what you want done on anything.
And that one just caught on that corner there.
We don't sell ourselves, we just do it. Our clients tend to be those who have decided they want it, and because we're a cooperative we all know each other very well, and we tend to attract sort of like-minded people. We don't have the resources to go out and market this, but as I say, it's in the mainstream psyche now and people are wanting it now, and so they tend to go out looking for installers, and then anybody sensible would look at 2, 3, 4 maybe potential, and we tend to pick our business because they like us and because, you know, we're not trying to prove anything.
I think people realise that if they are willing to pay a sensible amount of money for a service or a product, they will get good quality. Also, people, I think, realise that if they have a salesperson go into their house and nail them down in their own living room and charge an extortionate amount of money, that has got to be cowboy related somehow. I don't know. I don't see why people fall for that sort of trick. It's pretty obvious that there's either marketing cowboys out there or cowboys who don't know how to fit a solar panel properly. So we haven't had problems with that. We have picked up a number of repair jobs where people have done really, really shoddy work, and we've either said no to helping the customer out because we just didn't want to touch it, or we have helped and bumped into a number of problems. We don't, of course, consider ourselves cowboys, and that's because we've been on training courses and we generally want to satisfy a customer rather than do a quick job and make a lot of profit and be off.
Lift them out in no time, it's a little bit trip out, right, hang on a sec.
Careful of the rim at the bottom.
Why do I like working here? Well, I like the element of the doing bit. I like actually the practical side of it, and I'm learning a lot from that. I enjoy working with both Ken and Benji. You know, for various reasons. You know, we have a bit of fun whilst we're doing the work, and it's quite jocular. But essentially, I am very much tied into the whole notion of the technology.
We have no big plans for getting in a loan and spending a lot on marketing and recruiting people. It'll grow as it grows. And we're not seeking people to join us, we want people to approach us, and if we like them, they can work for us. The solar business is quite a difficult business to be in because government grants distort the market. And 3 months ago, a lot of companies went bellies up because the grants weren't being given out anymore. And we didn't experience any impact on our growth at all. So that's good. So organic slow growth is the way forward. I just really enjoy working in this sort of setup. A, because there's no overall boss, and B, because I just like the type of people this business attracts. I like working with them.